up, everybody? Welcome to More Trades. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. How's it going? Hope trades are going well. Things are popping in the charts. Let's see what's happening over here in the charts. Let me just get the volume. Let's just get the volume. Clear up the space. And let's see what's going on over here. We had some interesting moves today. If you watched my video yesterday, you would know that I was telling you about a move to expect from Quant. I was talking about a trade setup. I can't say it didn't work out, but I will say that it is a probability that I put out there, and I was saying that this could happen. And it seems like it's happening. I was saying yesterday we were somewhere around here probably. Or was it this one? I think it was around here. I was talking about that we are again hitting the point of control. Oh yeah, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. Just takes a second from you to just hit the like. It helps with the YouTube algorithm and it helps the creators as well. So I was talking about Quant over here. We have Quant on the chart. We have the 233 EMA coming down, 200 MA below. So we shouldn't be looking at that. That could be our next level of support. But why I'm using the 200 EMA? Because big institutions, big traders, big money funds, the information that I have is that they do use that in their trading. It's a slower moving average. It's not like the exponential, which is a bit more rapid. I'll show you the 200 EMA is over here, see? And the 200 MA is still down here. I think the EMA is faster, but the 200 EMA didn't come as low as the, so I would assume the 200 MA could be faster. However, we are in support. Okay, let me go back to what I was saying. I was saying yesterday on my video that I posted, hope most of you saw it, that Quant is getting rejected again as we did last week, and we made profit out of it. We are at the 200 EMA. We are at the fib 0.618 retracement level from this high over here of 37.3, this wick over here, and I expect another rejection. And I told you there is a possibility that Quant will do something similar to this. We hit it the first time, we go up, we break it, and maybe we come down. And it looks like that's what we're getting. We hit it once, hit it twice, broke above, came down, broke above again, all the way to the 0.615 as we did before. Now it doesn't have to play out again, we don't have to come down again, but we do have some vectors to recover down here. We have this huge vector over here, but we are not very far from the 50. If we were far extended from the 50, it would be a good trade. I will show you an example of something that extended away from the 50 and would have been a good trade, but I didn't take it. Let's go to it quick. SFP on the 1 hourly. Look how far it was. I saw SFP when it was here, but I didn't take the trade because SFP is a very volatile asset and I didn't want to trade it. Especially that I don't see any MAs or EMAs in the vicinity of it, even on the weekly. Let's look at the weekly. I mean, on the weekly, you are hitting, you broke into the 50 EMA cloud. You don't see a cloud because it didn't form yet on this asset. But I would say on the daily, I have nothing. On the 50, I'm way above the, on the weekly, I'm above the 50 EMA, so that's way above. You know what I'm saying? That I don't have a level of resistance that I see other than maybe a Fibonacci level from this swing high to this swing low. I didn't even kiss the 0.236 yet, so I'm not so sure. Maybe if I play with my fib level and say, okay, this was my swing high, then I am in the golden pocket. No, I'm at the 0.5 fib retracement, a good level to retrace for a corrective wave, like a wave 4. When I saw it was at the 0.5, I did not take the trade because these assets are very volatile. If you weren't very experienced, I wouldn't advise you to take it. Even experienced traders can get wrecked on these assets. It has moved 25%, I think, in the last 24 hours. Okay, now it's 11%, but earlier on, I saw it was at 25 for some reason. Yeah, it was at 25, I believe. Let me get rid of that, and we just take a measurement of that move from the low over here. This is on the weekly, by the way, not the daily. 81% in 1 week. That's crazy. On the daily, I think it's 25. You will see that our daily candle has moved up from here to there. Yeah, 22, 21, 22%. That's an insane gain. So I taught you this method that I use sometimes. I look, hey, welcome to the stream, man, and thanks for smashing the likes. I'll take a look at your questions in a second. You can see that I taught you a method that you look at assets that are already either too extended to the upside or to the downside, and you decide on I just started, bro. I just started. Did you just join? You didn't miss much. I mean, I just started and you didn't miss much. I was just talking about Quant. I was talking about Quant because Quant, I was talking about it yesterday. I posted a video. I had this the day before, 2 days before, and yesterday I posted the same. I had a target for Quant. I was saying that Quant is at, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Did you see that, or should I repeat it? I'll repeat it anyways. I was saying that Quant was at the 200 EMA, this white line over here. That was on the 15th, and I took this trade, or I took it over here, I can't remember, but we were at the 200 EMA. We are at the point of control of this fixed range volume profile. Basically, it's a tool you take from TradingView over here, fixed range volume profile, and you extend it from your range, the beginning of the range to the end of the range. So we were at the point of control where most trades happen. About maybe 75% of the trades, a lot of trades happen at the point of control. Now, and we had the 0.618 retracement from this wick over here. So those were 3 things. We also had a stopping volume candle over here and something like it over here. I was talking about this a few days ago, and it was a trade that we took, and I think people made gains if they took it. And then I was talking about this yesterday. I was saying there's a possibility we might be doing the same thing. We are at the 200. We are getting rejected at the 0.618. It was right over here. We are at the 200 EMA. And I said, but there is a possibility that Quant may do this again. See what it did here. It hit the point of control, 0.618 retracement, and yet it spiked above. So you need to be able to handle being in the red. So your position size is important, your stop loss is important, or you don't be the person who enters at the first hit. I told you I will be entering, but I told you it's a very risky short, and I was willing to take it because it's a high probable trade, because we had 3 confluences over here of rejection points, possible rejection points. And yeah, I was in the red. I had my stop loss. I was able to handle the drawdown, and now it's reversing down. But we're not yet out of the woods. but I'll give you some targets in case you are in that trade. I'll give you some targets that you could consider as take profit 1, take profit 2. So since the market's uncertain, I'll tell you this. The market's uncertain. It's harder to swing trade. That means it's harder to keep trades for a long time, overnight, over days. It's easier to scalp. And if you are new to trading, we are in a bear market. In a bear market, it is easier to make money shorting rather than longing. You get insane pumps, but rejections are almost clear as day. In a bull market, it will be much easier to long. Because in a bear market, the trend is down. That means your short has a higher probability to play out to make mad gains more than your long. In a bull market, it's the opposite. You have higher probability of riding your trade all the way up. Like some people rode Bitcoin from 40 to 90, 69K. So that's what I'm talking about. Like now you could ride Quant from 118 and say, what are the possibilities that if the market dumps again, Quant could come down to 94? And you take a measurement. You say I entered over here, 118, and you go all the way here. That's 20% gain. And with leverage, say you're using 10x, that's 200%. 20x, that is 400%. So you could make insane gains, Sifu, if you do that. But I'm going to warn you. I said there's a probability we'll do that, as we did a few days ago over here, and we get a rejection. We got a rejection. We held at the 50 EMA over here. See, we were at the 50 cloud. Now we did the same thing. We haven't broken it down. We haven't broken down and retested the 50 bearishly. We're still at the 50 technically. We could come below, retest, and not have a follow through, not have a strong follow through. In the short side, I'll tell you, Quant may come down to the 114.39 where we have this vector candle that it may want to recover. That's liquidity. If it wants to go all the way, we have this big insufficiency that has been recovered about 50%, but we may be going lower. And we also have this vector candle that wasn't recovered. We don't have to come to it, but it is a high probability. We are above our we are within our psychological range, I think. It's the last day of the trading week, so big institutions are closed usually on the weekends. Today's the last day. It's a take profit or building base for the next week. So if it's taking profit, they've done this on a Tuesday. Wednesday came down. Thursday pumped us up. Will Friday go down? I mean, they literally did this to us. So they might come to collect. Asian market won't be coming in tonight because they're closed for the weekend. Weekend will be more volatile or totally dead. One of the two. It's never like a mid-range. Anytime, Sifu. I think I've said enough in Quant and about the trade setup. Now I'm going to take a look at other assets. And before you trade, I advise you to take a look at other assets that have, what can I say? They have more impact on the market. For started, I would start with the dollar index, the DXY. What is the DXY doing? And before I look at the DXY, you need to go and look at other things that affect the DXY. Let's go to forexfactory.com. This is where you get all the news of things that are going to be moving the market. So basically I go here in the beginning of my trading day, look at it for today. Do we have any red highlighted? No, it's orange, so it's medium impact news. What did we have for the Great British Pound? We had retail sales month on month go up. That would be bullish for the British Pound. So that means that will impact the DXY. I'll explain in a minute. Okay, more hawkish. Was she hawkish? What did she say? Let's see Lagarde. What did she say? Was she hawkish? It is a pleasure. Thank you. Let's take a look. Can we get some today? I will argue that three themes will matter: ensuring price stability as the different shocks play out, lifting constraints on growth in the areas where they have emerged, and safeguarding a resilient financial sector which can support the transition. Displaying our commitment to mandate is vital to ensure that inflation expectations remain anchored while inflation is high. We are committed to bringing inflation back down. So there you go. I don't need to go further. She says she's committed to bringing inflation down. That means they'll be hiking interest rate. That is Lagarde, the ECB monetary. What is she? I forgot her title. But she discusses the interest rates for Europe basically, and she sounds hawkish. She's President, ECB, European Central Bank President. Things are moving volatilely in the market. Let me go. Existing home sales for the US. So bullish news for, the euro. Bullish news for the euro. And actual data is good for the currency. And bullish news for the dollar. So it might even out. The dollar usually, if the euro is bullish, that will tend to drop the DXY, the dollar index, because 50% of it, if I'm not mistaken, is made of the euro. So if euro is bullish, dollar index dumps. If dollar index dumps, assets, crypto, traditional markets all pump. BTC is dumping. What do you think of BTC? I'll go into that. So yeah, looking, BTC is dumping. Oh, it's within a range, but yeah, it's just a nice move down. Did we break the 164? Not yet. We are below the point of control, Sifu. Just to let you know, just keep an eye on this zone. If we start getting rejected at essentially 16687, that is the POC of the range that we formed from, let me see, where did I take this from? From this low, I would say from November 10th. So we are below the point of control. We've gotten below it before and pumped back up, and we came down and went back up. So I'm not saying it's going to dump to zero, but I'll give you some TA on that. I'll tell you, we are below the point of control. Where did we get rejected from? The 0.5 fib retracement over here. The 0.5 fib from the 18157 high over here. Why did it move? It should be over here. There you go. 18229. We got rejected from the 0.5 almost perfectly, which is our psychological high. I'm talking about confluence and confluence. We are, I won't say we are dumping heavily, but we are moving down. The quant trade could be in profit now. We have some zones to the downside. I've posted many targets for Bitcoin. If you are not subscribed, kindly subscribe. I'll show you something that I look at for Bitcoin, the way I chart. Over here, you have Bitcoin on the hourly chart. And disregard this descending trend line for now, but it could be support if we come down. I posted this in the video a few days ago. It could be at 13. That's 15. This trend line comes first at 15. But these fib channels that I have, if I zoom out, you'll see them so messy. But these fib channels are usually respected. Looks like a spider web. I'll show you. If we break below 15.9, I'm not saying we're going to zero. I'm going to show you my Fibonacci channel targets. My next zone is around 13,798. So you could round it up to 14K. If I decide to pump up, Bitcoin decides to pump up, I know my next zone of interest is up here. I have 17,680. If we get there, 17,800. So I'll put one target over here in red for you. But before we get there, we have other levels to worry about. Do I have anything over here? This is my trend line at 17K. It's dropping down. This trend line, my dear, comes all the way from the 25K region. So bring it down. At the moment it was resistance, became support. We crushed down, but we got support a bit, as you can see over here. This is the 4 hourly, so you'll see a lot of candles over here on the 1 hour. And we broke down, and it could be my next resistance at around 17,100. Now remember those numbers. Now let's go back here and see what do we have at 17,100, 17,600. For starters, 17,100, my value area high, so I would have double resistance over there. 17,300, I have the golden pocket, 17,2 to 17,3. My areas of support, I have 16,3 next, and maybe the 16,220. But I need to tell you this, if you're gonna trade this, you need to be aware that if we break below this, which is 15.4, then our possible targets to the downside. For now it's 15.4 as a low, but if I break 15.4, this was my 1, my 2 came all the way here. Suppose we are breaking down from 15.4, my target, first target will be 14.7, 1-to-1 extension of Fibonacci, and the following target will be, my following target would be down here, 1.618 at 13.2. Remember I gave it a target of 13.9. So in and around this region. Some people like to just draw a region, a box. You could put a box down there and keep an eye on the box. Once Bitcoin rejects from here, then you know this zone, this highlighted zone is your zone of probable bounce. It's a big zone, unfortunately, but yeah, this is your highest probability zone for a bounce for Bitcoin if we get down there. There you go. Our bounce zone might come here if we break the 15.4. And if we're gonna turn up, I want to show you some other indicators. Let me get rid of the fib extension over here. Say we are going up, we're gonna bounce up. Then I'll show you my target to the upside. You need to be flexible with everything. You need to be open-minded, sorry. My first target, if we break the 17.3, probably 17.6, we can come up to the 18.229. And my next target could be as high as the 19.7, but I have other levels of resistance. The 19.400 and 19.520. These two purple lines have been, you can see the wick that comes here. This is on a 4-hourly chart. So on a 1 hour, you might see it stuck over here for some time, stalling before it dumped. I'll show you that. Well, we didn't really get stalled, but we were above, below, we went up, came down below. So yeah, those are my targets to the upside, targets to the downside. I'll pull up some indicators. So I'll go to the 4-hourly time frame, pull up. Just keep your eye. If you're going up, this is super important. Your 200 and 233 EMAs are coming down at around 18,700 and 19,100. So this is your zone of possible, after a bear squeeze, then you get a dump. So just be aware of those zones. On a higher time frame, on the daily, this zone would be interesting. 22,645 and 25,184. 22,645 would be, I think if we get there, that would be the mother of all dumps. I don't think so. Bitcoin capitulation is done yet. I'm waiting for everyone to be speaking about Bitcoin 1K. They are already starting to bend and say, oh, we're going to 8K. People who used to not mention that before are now mentioning 10, 11, 12. But I can't wait to see the most bullish YouTubers talking about 8K, 10K Bitcoin. Then we know that maybe we're done capitulating. Now, another thing you need to watch other than the DXY, The DXY is trying to rise. We're at 106.9. We got rejected there a few days ago, I believe. We're struggling to get above there. If we do, then that would be bearish for the market. You need to be aware of the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones on the daily is in an uptrend. On the 4-hourly, I mean, you could say as a trend reversal, but we are at a zone where we got rejected heavily the last time. We are just around there on the Dow Jones. We are at a fib retracement. The Dow Jones is lagging. I mean, the Nasdaq is leading the Dow Jones at the moment. We don't have any fib retracement, do we? We don't have, probably the 1.618. Let me put on my 1.618. We're not even at the 1.618 yet. It's up there. Anyways, the Dow Jones is also down for the day. It's trying to pick up now, 7 points up. The Nasdaq was dumping, but again, Nasdaq is close to the 200 and 233. It might retest it. Well, we did a couple of hours ago, but we didn't follow through. We are coming down. The SPY is an important indicator for the market, especially Bitcoin. The SPY is red for the day. We're trying to go down. We're trying to break down. So yeah, just be aware of all those things. Now let's go into some other altcoins. I want to go to something very interesting. This coin, I'm looking at it and I'm wondering what to make of it. I was telling you, I was considering a short when we were here. And now it looks like it's just chilling. So that is a concern. One more thing, Sifu, I'll go back to Bitcoin for you. I want to show you something. We have on this chart, Ichimoku. Our Ichimoku cloud for Bitcoin, we just broken below it on the 1 hourly. This is a thin cloud, so this is not good. And if we maintain below it, if we get above it, then our green cloud will get thicker and thicker and will gain support. On the 4 hourly, we are below the Ichimoku cloud, which is bearish. We have a zone that is thinning over here. So if price continues at this range, our Ichimoku essentially will do this, give us a Kumo twist, and price could hold here for a few days. And we get our Kumo twist on the 26th of November where we can punch out of this thin area. We don't have to punch out of the thin area. I'm just giving a scenario. And come up to the 0.618 where we'll get rejected and come down. Maybe. We never know. We never know. But yeah, our Ichimoku cloud is slightly curling up. That says for Ichimoku. I want to show you something else. Do we have any divergences you want to know about Bitcoin? Unfortunately for me, I have to cut this stream short. I have to go pick up my son. Might stream again later on and go deeper into other altcoins. But for now, I'll just give you some indicators. On our RSI on the 4 hourly, it's clear we had a high, a lower high. But over here we had a high and a higher high. This is on the 4 hour. That is called hidden bearish divergence. And hidden divergence is a continuation of a trend. And bearish divergence means we're going to move further to the downside. How low? That's something to find out. We don't know how low or how long. One more thing. On the hourly, do we have any other divergences? On the hourly, we don't have any bullish divergence. On the daily, any divergences? On the daily, we had a high. On a daily, we have a big hidden bearish div. From up here to down there. It's not hopium, but yeah, sorry about that. Solana is another coin I want to discuss. I'll be back. Maybe I'll be streaming in an hour or 2 hours. I'm not sure, but keep your notifications on. You'll be notified when I get on. And I'm going to go deep down we're gonna get really into it. Ethereum is another coin I really want to look at. I posted this yesterday and I was telling you, this is our honeypot. If Ethereum can get up here on the hourly, we would have, it has to beat the 1240 and come up here. We will have the point of control very close to the 233 EMA and close to the golden pocket. So my box for Ethereum would be this zone between the 1286 and the 1265. This will be your Ethereum golden pocket zone for trade. Our value area low for now is 1174. I have lower targets up to 994. So 1174 is your first target. We bounced once, we came and tested and blasted off twice. We blasted off once, we blasted off twice. If we touch this again, are we going to get another blast off as it did twice already? Let's see. We barely broke out of it now, but in June we did break down of that level, but it wasn't our value area low probably at that time. Yeah, I'm sorry I'll have to cut the stream short. I might be back in an hour, I might be longer, but keep your notifications. And if I'm not, then I'll just post a short video update on some assets. Algo was another one I wanted to trade. Got stopped out, unfortunately. It was a big position. I couldn't handle the drawdown. I had to cut my losses. I had to stop out in very small profit rather than losing a lot. But it was a good tradable asset. I think I would have made bank if I was still in my algo trade. Wait a minute, that was yesterday. Yesterday we were I'm glad I closed my short. It blasted off. You're welcome, man. You're most welcome, Sifu. I'm glad. Welcome to the channel. I think it's the first time I see you in this channel. Welcome to the channel, bro. The way algo is moving up, it's very choppy. A lot of 1-2s. Looks very corrective to me. I would expect it to go down. We got rejected at my value area low. Yesterday we were at 277, I believe, when I got into my short. It came down, but then this did this shenanigan, so I got out of it. But if I was watching this today, unfortunately I wasn't. This was a good indication. First rejection, second rejection, and a follow through. Very nice trade to take. Very nice. Later on, in an hour or so or later, I'll be going in depth on more altcoins of your choices and some that I like to look at. Thanks, Sifu, for tuning in. It seems like someone just joined the stream. Unfortunately, I'm ending the stream now. I'll be back later on with a more in-depth analysis. I have to go. Maybe in an hour I'll be streaming, I'm not sure. More trades, I'm out.